What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gifted Gamer 204 back at it again. And yes, you guessed right. Today, we got another banger for y'all, man. So if you're new to the channel, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button as we keep on rolling right into today's video. Now, check this out, man. We got something to talk about today, people. I mean, this is crazy. Yo, the internet is going absolutely insane over this. Now it's my turn to give my piece and say my piece. Okay? So let's get straight into the video, right? First, I'm going to read you this little quick article, right? This is over at WCCF Tech, right? Okay, so here it is. This is talking about the new game, Intergalactic, okay? So, every edition of the Game Awards needs a headliner announcement, and this year it was Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Don't recognize that name? You shouldn't. It's a new IP, but you will recognize the developer, Naughty Dog. The first teaser trailer for Intergalactic is light on details, but we are introduced to Jordan A. Munn, a bounty hunter who's tracking a query to the dangerous planet of Simperia. Most of the trailer is focused on showing off Jordan and Naughty Dog's always cutting-edge facial animation tech, but we do get a hint of what a gameplay might be like at the end of the video as we see our hero taking on a robotic enemy with a laser sword. So it looks like the focus is on melee combat, and the inhospitable planet hints at perhaps survival elements. But enough of my preamble. Take a look at Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet for yourself, okay? This is the trailer they showed at the awards. We're not going to get into that. We're just going to skip. We're going to get straight through this article because I got to talk. Consider me intrigued. We've known for a while that The Last of Us creator Neil Druckmann's next thing would be a new sci-fi IP. And this is obviously it. We don't know yet if Druckmann is actually writing and or directing Intergalactic, but his name is attached to a PlayStation blog post that reveals a bit more info about the game. So here we go. He says, Intergalactic stars our newest protagonist, Jordan A. Munn, a dangerously bounty hunter who ends up stranded on Simperia, a distant planet whose communication with the outside universe went dark hundreds of years ago. In fact, anyone who's flown to it hoping to unravel its mysterious past was never heard from again. Jordan will have to use all of her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in over 600 years to leave its orbit. Now, I highlighted this paragraph here because it's very important. What he just mentioned here, he's basically telling us, what the plot of the game is, right? So just keep that in mind. Let's keep going. Beyond that, we're keeping everything about the story under wraps, at least for now. What we can tell you is that the game lives up to the Naughty Dog tradition of creating an emotional, character-driven, epic journey. Our narrative goals are rivaled only by our gameplay ambitions. This will be the deepest gameplay in Naughty Dog's history, taking our learnings from our previous franchises and pushing them beyond anything we've ever done before. Jordan is played by the talented Tati Gabriel, who leads a stellar cast, pun intended. Eagle-eyed players might spot some of the other cast members in the trailer. We'll reveal more of our ensemble down the line. Our incredible voyage into the cosmos also leads an equally incredible soundtrack. As tremendous fans of their work, I'm excited to announce our collaboration with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, who will be scoring Intergalactic. The guys are cooking, and the trailer is just a small tease of their work for the game, end quote. And that's it right there, okay? So, real quick, yes, he is correct. When it comes to that soundtrack, that thing is going to be phenomenal. Just a little open when they open the trailer, basically the whole trailer, that theme music, like that's in the background, that's them. That is so intriguing. It's so like, like sci-fi, like so thriller, like this, like it's a lot going. Like it gave me that vibe. Like, man, this is gonna be epic. That's the vibe that it gave me, and I can't wait. I cannot wait until this game comes out. That soundtrack is gonna be incredible. Let's talk about the gameplay. Look at this here, man. It's going to live up to the Naughty Dog tradition of creating that character-driven epic journey. So it's going to have that, basically what we've known Naughty Dog to do with their characters. And then not only that, the gameplay is going to be on another level. It's taking all of their learnings from all of their other previous franchises and taking them to a place that they've never gone to before. This is what I'm talking about when I keep mentioning lazy developers versus great developers. Because knowing Naughty Dog, knowing how great they are, he could have easily just kept, the same type of vibe and just go a little bit up, take it a little bit up a notch. And we were still going to be hyped because it's Naughty Dog. So they could have easily taken that route. But the fact that he's going beyond that, something that they've never done before, tells me that they're creating something out of this world. No pun intended. But anyways, right? Let me get to this right here, this highlighted paragraph. He's telling us the plot of the story of the game right here. Okay? It's a distant planet whose communication with the outside universe went dark hundreds of years ago. If she does come in contact, she will be the first person in over 600 years to do so. Everybody who has tried to do this was never heard from again. I say that to say this, right? When you look, this is the first thing, this is what is driving people insane. This image right here that's in front of you. Now you think about that highlighted paragraph. Who in their right mind is going to be in a distant planet, right, for such a long time and be worrying about how she looks or how he looks, even if it was a male? Let's say you're a person that naturally just grows like long hair and things like that, right? You have such a long time up in space. You're not going to be wanting to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. You're not. You're going to get to a point where you're just going to want to wake up and just try to figure something out. You're going to try to that's all that's going to be on your mind. You're not going to be there looking at yourself in the mirror, combing your hair, fixing your hair. Or if you're a female, trying to put on makeup or this, fixing your hair. If you're a male, trying to look fresh. For who? For what? There's no one near you. There's no one around you. There is nothing. You're in contact with absolutely nothing. So the last thing on your mind is going to be your appearance. So what she decides to do is shave her head so she don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you understanding? You understanding this plot right here, what he's telling us right here? You're not going to want to deal with that anymore. You just want to get to the bottom line. No distractions. No nothing. You're alone by yourself. So it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Now, he touched on a little bit more here, right? I'm gonna read to you this part right here. This is Neil Druckmann as well, right? He says, all I can say is at Naughty Dog, we're very, very privileged that our publisher is Sony, which means Sony funds our games, supports us, and we're owned by Sony. They have supported us every step of the way to follow our passions, meaning that just because something is successful, people think there's all this pressure and we have to make a sequel. That's not the case, end quote. Now, people are taking this the wrong way. They're trying to basically say, like, we might not get the trilogy to The Last of Us or something like that. That's not what he's saying. Keep in mind, Naughty Dog is working on, the last time I checked, they were working on 2 IPs. So they just announced the first one, which was Intergalactic, and the second one we don't know yet. Okay? We hoping is the Last of Us Part 3, which will end, the trilogy, the series of The Last of Us, which they need to be working on. So that's not what he's saying. He's just basically saying, like, you could have a publisher. Let's say you come out with your first game and it does like really good numbers, or even the second, and you come out with a sequel and it does great numbers, right? But you don't want to, in your mind, you wasn't never intending to make a trilogy. You just happen to make a sequel because you wanted to, right? Or whatever. If that sequel makes a lot of money, you will have a lot of publishers that will force your hand to make the trilogy because of the fact that you made a lot of money in your sequel. So what he's saying is that's not the case with them. If they wanted to, they could divert their attention somewhere else and not have to mainly focus on that trilogy or on the sequel. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that they're not going to make the trilogy. That is just, he's just trying to make a point that Sony doesn't give them like that pressure as to continue on and making the sequel. That's why he says he's bigging up Sony, that it's a privilege to have them as their publisher, as their owner, because behind them being such a great game developers at Naughty Dog, they also have, the best of the best, which is Sony PlayStation, backing them up, funding their games as well, and giving them all the resources that they could possibly have. They give Naughty Dog everything. Naughty Dog is top of the line. There's nobody better. There's nobody better than Naughty Dog. I'm sorry to break it to you. You could name all those Xbox studios that you want to name. None of them over there are better than Naughty Dog. And even under the Sony umbrella, none of them are better than Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is number one, numero uno. So that's why at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley knew the only developers that could close the show with this type of hype around it is Naughty Dog. The only one outside of Naughty Dog that could have was Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto. But Rockstar does whatever they want to do. And they've earned that right because they do have Grand Theft Auto. Like, it is what they've earned the right. So that's the only other studio that could have closed the show. Jeff Keighley probably reached out. Rockstar was like, nah, we ain't ready yet. We still not showing what we got to show. We not ready yet. Jeff Keighley's like, all right. Yo, Naughty Dog, you up. It's go time. And here we are. And Naughty Dog delivered. So that's what he was saying about this. Okay? And this is the still image right here. Because this is another thing that people were talking about. Now, they were saying like this gameplay is fake. Like it wasn't real gameplay. But when Jeff Keighley announced the trailer, he did say that what you're about to see is real in-engine gameplay footage. And this was the part that was the gameplay. Now, this is how I know that it was actual gameplay. Because a lot of people already saying that it was fake. You notice there's a lot of games, right, that Like you beat a certain boss or whatever, and then it goes like into a cutscene. Okay, when it goes into that cutscene, we watch it, whatever. When it's ending, when the cutscene ends, pay close attention. The cutscene always seems to end like right behind the protagonist of the game, right? Like usually is like the camera, the zoom is like really zoomed in to the character because we were just in a cutscene. So now when it's going to go into the actual gameplay, notice how camera angles and they always tend to zoom out of that cutscene. It always happens in every video game. The camera zooms out so that way you know that you're about to start playing. Like, okay, like real gameplay is about to come in effect now. When you look at this video, this trailer for Intergalactic, that's exactly what happens. You notice, you go back, the camera zooms out from behind her. It zooms out, so that's when I knew that it was actually like actual real gameplay. Go take a look at the trailer again. You will notice once she opens up her sword and these things start popping out. She takes out the sword and it zooms out. The camera zooms out right there. So that's when I knew, yo, this is real gameplay. Look how flawless that gameplay was after when she starts to run and things like that. That's real gameplay, people. That's not a cutscene. Even though it might look like it is, that's how good it is. You see what I'm trying to get you to understand? That's how good a game looked. That you actually are sitting here thinking to yourself, that can't be real. It's incredible. Being built only for the PlayStation 5, and it will be PS5 Pro enhanced. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait. But this is what I'm saying. This is the difference. This is what separates you from good and great. When I talk about greatness, the greatness that PlayStation brings us, this is what I'm talking about. Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Santa Monica, Housemarque. The list goes on and on and on and on. Sony Bend. The list goes on. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about all these lazy developers over on the other side, this is what I'm talking about. Why can't we get something? But let me not even get to that, because you know me, I'm gonna go off. Let's keep it right here. Anyways, right? That's the image. Now I'm gonna read you this as well, right? Because this is another thing that we've seen, right? This is that ninja you love to hate over on X, right? Shout outs to him, right? So he puts this. Mind you, in the beginning of the trailer, it said the scripture in 1986. They were basically like putting it like in the year 1986. Those are ancient times. That's how far ahead in the future we are in this game. They're calling 1986 ancient times. Okay, so this is what was in the year 86. The Walkman was a cultural phenomenon and a must-have gadget that transformed how people consume music. Porsche epitomized luxury, success, and speed. The brand was a symbol of affluence and ambition, featured in movies, music videos, and as a status symbol. Being that we see the Porsche spaceship here, being that we see the Sony with the disc, you know, what we saw in the trailer that she pulls out the CD and plays the music. Run DMC's My Adidas was released, cementing Adidas as a key player in hip-hop culture, which we see her with the high-top Adidas. I already saw people saying she should have had Jordans on or Nikes or whatever it is. People see this but like, oh, why there's so many, you know, brands in the trailer. Like, that can't be good, and why are they doing that? Like, this is pure promotion. These products were the ideals driving the cultural aspirations and identity of that time. It's not about selling you shoes or music players or a Porsche. Thank you. He's trying to take you back to the time in 1986. This was in style. This was in style. I mean, this is so it's so frustrating how people don't think and just want to go with whatever's on their mind. That's just what they want to go with, and that's the world we're living in today. And that's the power of social media. It allowed everyone to just say whatever they want to say, whatever it is. If it's misinformation, if it's true, if it's false, it don't matter. As long as if it got the clicks and people are just throwing stuff out there and it just happened, one of those things just happened to click and go viral. Maybe they could get more followers, get more viewership, whatever it is. It's an agenda. It's an agenda. Like I keep telling you. Don't let it go over your head. It's an agenda that people have. So, like I told you, even when it comes to like the people who are against Sony and PlayStation and the PlayStation Pro, what I've been telling you, don't be fooled, because they trying to over here tell you that it sucks. There's no reason for it to be out. Sony sucks. Their games suck. Everything about it sucks. But then they have a PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? This is the hypocrisy that these people do. It's incredible. So now, you know, Naughty Dog being them, they're trying to put this story together and let you know. That's why this character is wearing the high top Adidas and the Sony Walkman and the Porsche, is because in that time, in 1986, way back, like I read you here, let me bring you back, because people don't seem to be understanding. Let me bring you back. A distant planet whose communication with the outside universe went dark hundreds of years ago. In fact, anyone who's flown to it, hoping to unravel its mysterious past, was never heard from again. Jordan will have to use her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in over 600 years to leave its orbit. I mean, what else do you need to understand? How else do I need to explain it to you? Because this is the thing about me. This is how I do, you know, my channel. Like, I love to like break things down and speak to you in a way so that you could like understand, right? She lost communication. She left in the year 86. This is what was in style. The Adidas, the Porsche, the music, the CD player. So she was in those times in 1986. She was there. So she wanted to get a Porsche, you know. This is what she decided to go with. She said, yo, I want a Porsche spaceship, or whatever the story is. We don't even know the story on how she got to where she got to or anything like that. We're just going off the pictures that people are saying that this is straight promotion and things like that. It's just an understanding. She's lost communication. She's not with anybody. And like I said, with the bald head and things like that, you're going to get tired. If you're lost with no one in sight, no one to communicate with, nothing, for hundreds of years, or whatever amount of time she has alone, you're going to get tired of trying to keep up with yourself, like as far as your appearance. Like, Shave that thing off. Let's keep it moving. I need to get somewhere. I need to get back. For y'all to think that that's actually something that you'll actually be thinking about if you was up there for years and years and years, and you would have given up by now. Point blank, period. It's ridiculous. Now let me show you a little gameplay of Naughty Dog, right? This is back in PS4 days, back in 2016. Just look at this gameplay and look how ahead of its time this game was. Look how good this gameplay is. Just take a look at this, right? And as you're looking at it, just listen to what Neil Druckmann had to say, that they're gonna take all of their, IPs from the past, the gameplay of their IPs. They're gonna learn from all of them, and they're gonna take that to another level, somewhere they've never gone to before. Okay, are you understanding that? Take a look at this. Let's take a look at this, because this is right here the GOAT himself, Nathan Drake. One of my favorite franchises of all time. The one and only Nathan Drake in Uncharted. Back in 2016. Look at this image. I mean, look at this video. Look. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is who you're going to sleep on? Look at this gameplay. Look. You telling me this is who you sleeping on? Who you deciding to say go anti-woke or whatever it is because of the protagonist in the game? You're going to miss out on greatness like this times 10, because it's only going to be better than what you're seeing right here in the screen. This is back in 2016. Think about the technology we have today, especially with the PS5 Pro. Think about it. A Sony first party studio. Look at how great the first party studios are with the Pro. Just go look at Horizon Forbidden West and the remaster. Go look at The Last of Us. Go look at Spider-Man 2. Go look at Ratchet and Clank. Just go and take a look if you have a Pro. And these are older games. Imagine this new game being from the one and only Naughty Dog. It's going to be out of this world. Now, another thing, right? People talking about the protagonist and things of that nature, right? Let me see if I find her here. Did I have her here? No, I might have lost her. But she was the lead protagonist. She was I didn't even know. She was one of the main villains in the movie Uncharted. She's in that movie. So she's been like in the circle already. And Neil Druckmann, he said that when she went to audition, that like she blew him away. Like just her presence and the way she was reading the role and everything, like that's why he selected her. Now, he can like whatever he likes. I don't know if I said this already. If I did, I'm sorry. I might have to say it again. He could like what he likes. He could make a video game how he chooses to make a video game. Just like every other developer, whatever they choose to do, that's what they want to do. So if this is the direction he wanted to go, then it is what it is. But just give me that gameplay. Give me what I want from Naughty Dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm asking for. But anyways, this seems to be the main topic of the whole issue, right? Is that the protagonist is bald headed. She seemed like more masculine. And there's already talks about Eastern developers versus Western developers, and this is why the West is like their games suck. We've had Star Wars Outlaws flopping, Concord, and some of the other IPs, right? But this goes back. Look how far back this thing goes. This is a little reminder. This been existing. Been a long time ago. This is Alien right here. You're gonna tell me that I was going to miss out on experiencing this greatness when we're talking about the Alien franchise? Because if I was to see the trailer back then and notice that it was Sigourney Weaver with a bald head, I was going to automatically say, oh, I'm not watching that. We don't want that over here. You must be out your damn mind. This character was thought of. I read about it, and I can't remember the year. I think it was like in the late 70s. This was in the late 70s that they were already thinking about putting her to look like this. But it wasn't a problem back then. Those of y'all my age group or even older, think about it. Were we really sitting there was that our first thing that popped up in our minds when we were gonna, when we first saw the trailer to Alien, or when we were gonna, watch the movie Alien? We didn't care about that. We knew we were about to see greatness, and that's all we cared about. This is what it was, people. And as you see on your screen right here in the lower screen, that's Sarah Connor, the one and only from the Terminator. You see her in the movie. She's basically almost like a man. You gotta see her physique is like a man. Her arms are like brolic. You think we cared about that? No. You think we're gonna miss out on watching the Terminator because of this? You must be out your damn mind. You see, but this is the thing that social media has done to people. It automatically triggers them because of the fact that this is what's going on in today's world. Now, you will hear, oh, but the thing is that it's just too much. It was a lot back then. If you go back and you look at female protagonists versus male protagonists, you could pretty much say that it was balanced out. It was like 50-50. Like there were a lot, the way people make it seem to you is like back then, it was like male dominant versus female. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to get to. That's the way that people are talking about it. Like if it was like complete male dominance. But now that we're in today's world, it's more female dominant. But the reality is that there were just as many female protagonists just as male. It was up there. If you just go and take a look, just go look back. And if you want to break it down to like bald-headed, we have one here. We had the previous one I showed you. She pretty much has a low cut, things like that. Sarah Connor has hair, but she's brolic. You had V for Vendetta with Natalie Portman. You had G.I. Jane, Demi Moore, bald-headed, and it goes on and on. But it was okay. This is what I'm trying to say. And which were all great movies. You see what I'm saying? You would have missed out on Terminator, on Alien, V for Vendetta, G.I. Jane, all these great movies because of this? I don't think so. This been out. It's just the fact that that voice of the anti-woke, that little community or whatever it is that it is, I don't know what the hell it is, but that specific voice has gotten so loud that it's starting to get into your mind, and now you're over here thinking, oh, here we go, another female, another lead female in this game or in this movie or whatever it is. That's what's happening. Now, mind you, this game, you know, Intergalactic, this is another thing I'm going to get into, right? Intergalactic will be much for mature audience. As you saw in the trailer, she cursed. She said she dropped the F-bomb. So it's going to be much for mature audience only. Meaning, you need to be an adult. Which is going to bring me to my next point. Because here we are. This is what we're talking about here. This is the difference, right? But you see, the problem is he mentioned it right here. That if this, which is Eve and Stellar Blade, if this is what the gamers want, can someone explain to me why it didn't sell over 10 million copies? Exactly. The game only sold 1 million. And not to say that 1 million is nothing, because it's still a lot. But if this is all, if you see the uproar when it comes to the new Naughty Dog game, and all this anti-woke, and this and that, and the Eastern developers know what they're doing, that this is the way the video game industry should go, and this, that, and the third, and whatever it is, how come the game didn't sell at least 10 million copies? It only sold 1. When you got games like The Last of Us Part 2 selling 10 million, and every Spider-Man 2 selling 12 million, you know, we could go on and on, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Why did it only sell 1 million copies? I thought this is what you wanted. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely incredible, the things that you see. That, you know, I just don't get it. Like, to be honest. And like, this is another thing, right? They're also getting on The Witcher 4. Saying that Ciri looks, you know, woke. She looks too manly and too strong. What's the issue? She's old. She's an older woman now. You know, people age as you get older. And I saw an image online as well that I should have pulled up. You know, the young her, like they did like an image where it was like they showed it to you so quick, like a younger her, and it flipped it into this image right here, right? So it was going like back and forth from young her to this image, like back and forth, and she looks absolutely the same. She looks the same, just older. Like, what is the problem? She looks the same as this image right here, just a younger version. And this one, just an older version. She looks exactly the same. You telling me you're not gonna buy The Witcher 4 after that trailer we saw at the Video Game Awards? You must be out your mind, my friend. I'm getting that game day one. When I saw that trailer, I couldn't believe my eyes. All I was thinking about was, give me a release date, because oh my goodness, I cannot wait. That's what I was thinking. Look at this. Everything is woke. Everything is woke. You telling me that you're not going to play Grand Theft Auto 6 because it's woke? You going to tell me that? I don't think so. Stop capping. Stop trying to get clicks. Stop trying to go viral. Because if this is the only way you're trying to go viral, it's the wrong way. And you will fall from that high horse one day. If this is how you're trying to go viral, just by saying everything is woke and don't do this and don't buy that and this, that, and the third or whatever it is. It's ridiculous. If you don't want to play the game, don't buy the game. You're the one that's going to miss out. But you know, that's exactly what's going to happen. You will start seeing images of people playing GTA online on the internet. You're going to see everybody having fun, not caring about what was woke or what was not woke, just having fun, and you're gonna be there missing out, having the FOMO, and you're just gonna be itching like, I'm gonna do it. Every day you go into that in that PlayStation store, and you have the game in the cart, GTA 6 in cart. All you have to do is confirm purchase. Every day that you get on your PlayStation, you go and think about it every day. Should I buy it? Should I buy it? You're gonna be like this. Just give me that damn Grand Theft Auto. That's gonna be you. Just as Intergalactic, just as The Witcher 4, just as Assassin's Creed Shadows, because whatever it is with this Black Samurai, whatever the issue is around it, you're gonna be missing out. This game looks incredible. You saw the newest gameplay that came out. It looks incredible. You think I'm gonna miss out because people want to be out here capping like for clicks? And I don't think so. And this is the Netflix Tomb Raider. Now, one other thing I want to say, right? Excuse me. And being that I told you, that this game is going to be for matured audiences. She dropped an F-bomb. So no kids allowed, people. No kids allowed. Anyways, we will be grown people, grown adults playing this game. Whether you're a woman or a man. But we will be grown people over here playing this game. Now, that gets to my next point. If you're an adult and this somehow bothers you personally, there's something wrong with you. Point blank period. And I'm sorry to say it. There's something wrong with you because this is a video game. The essence of a video game is to have fun, to enjoy it, to see where, especially in today's world, how far can we go, how far can we push it as far as the video game. It's for fun. It's a hobby. Okay? Now, if you're looking for the video game space to attend your needs as far as how you like a character, like for instance this character here, woke and things like that, you have a problem. Because what is the point of you playing a video game? It's to have fun. If the gameplay is undeniable, as such as Naughty Dog, which that's the case here, their gameplay is undeniable. Their story, the plot, the stories around the character-driven journey that we go through in their games, it's undeniable. So I ask you again, if Eve is what you want from Stellar Blade instead of this, why did it only sell 1 million copies? Because I already saw images that, how they would have fixed up this character, and they put like an image with another character beside her, like with hair and things like that, as if that was going to do something. Because it didn't do anything with Stellar Blade. It only sold 1 million. It should have been in the 10 millions, the way y'all talk. But if you're an adult and you coming to play a video game, and this somehow bothers you, you have a problem. I don't go into a video game, and when I come out, let's say I go in this journey, right? I finished the game, and it was like a journey that it was like, obviously they not obviously, excuse me, sorry. Let's say they were to say, that she's a lesbian, and they took her through just like The Last of Us 2. Let's put it with that one. That she's a lesbian, whatever they decided to do. I didn't come out of playing The Last of Us 2 thinking something was wrong with me. Like now all of a sudden I'm gonna start thinking a certain way, like about my personal life and my personal feelings. Absolutely not. It's a video game. Even a movie. I don't care what it is. It's entertainment. Whatever I see on a TV screen or whatever it is, I'm gonna take that as entertainment. And it's not going to affect me personally in my personal life. It's not gonna affect my mind in no shape or form, because I'm an adult and I know what my beliefs are and what I like and what I don't like, and that should be the end of it. How did I come out of playing The Last of Us Part 2? The game, I said, this is pure greatness. That's how I came out of it. I didn't come out of it like, oh man, you know, Ellie's a lesbian now, and this, that, and the third. I mean, damn, like Abby's there now, like this, that. I didn't come out like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's I don't even know what else to say in this video, but just have that in mind. This is not for kids. Now, if this was intended for kids, we could have a totally different conversation. Cause that's not what I won't stand for. Because we're adults. Your mind should not be so easily, like infiltrated by something you see on TV. You're an adult now. Your mind should be shaped already. A kid's mind is not shaped yet. They're still kids. That's why they're known as kids. And we have to attend them because they're kids. So if something like this was for kids video game, now we could go and have a conversation. Now the whole industry could be in an uproar, and I'll be right there with you. That's a different story. But this is for all these games that are coming out with this whole woke or whatever it is, GTA 6, The Witcher 4, this game here, Assassin's Creed Shadow. All these games, all these movies are for adults. That's the difference. So these are adults feeling a certain type of way towards this game, which is ridiculous, and you should feel ashamed of yourself. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. These games, you telling me you're gonna miss out on this game, right? You're gonna miss out on Grand Theft Auto 6, on The Witcher 4, on Assassin's Creed Shadows, on the Ghost of Yote. You're gonna tell me that you're gonna miss out on all these games because of the fact that these people trying to talk all this woke stuff or whatever it is? You must be out your mind. This game easily gonna be selling over 10 million copies. This is Naughty Dog, because at the end of the day, as the time gets closer and closer and closer, like I told you with the PlayStation Pro, the time got closer and closer. You started seeing people pre-ordering little by little, caving in. Oh, I'm gonna get me a PlayStation Pro. And now you see everybody that was against it, they all have one in their home. It's the same thing that's gonna happen here. It's the same thing that's gonna happen in Grand Theft Auto and the rest of all the IPs I just mentioned. The time is gonna come closer and closer to its release, and what's gonna happen? Everybody's gonna buy it because they don't want to miss out. They know it's Naughty Dog. They know it's Rockstar. They know it's CD Projekt Red. They know it's Sucker Punch. They know. So they know what they're going to expect out of these games. Straight greatness, pure greatness. So you think they're gonna miss out? I don't think so. I mean, that's all I gotta say, man. If you're an adult, man or woman, you need to get your head in the game and get all that out your head. If this is what you're gonna do is play video games, then play video games. If the game ain't just for you, then don't buy it. Point blank period. Keep it moving. But then don't judge the game because you never played it, so you don't know what you're missing. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, man, I think I said enough here, man. Real talk, real talk. Shout outs to everybody, man. Salute to everybody. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy, the gifted one here, man. Leave your comments down below. We can have a conversation. It's all good. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm gone.